Oh, well, free agency is dying down and the draft is coming. But one move that a lot of people were speculating about, it looks like it's happened. L'Jarius Sneed is on the move, but you'll be surprised for what they got in the deal. It's pretty interesting. Tina.
Well, Snead actually did pretty well. He got a $76 million 4-year contract with the Titans. He was traded to them initially from the Chiefs for a third round pick in 2025, and they swapped their seventh round picks in the 2024
Hmm.
uh, draft. So that's the surprising part to me. Now, Snead has now since gone to the Titans and negotiated a contract that I talked about, the $76 million. So it's kind of a strange situation. Like the Chiefs really didn't get a lot for Snead.
Hmm.
So, like,
It's very surprising.
like like it's a little surprising that that's all they got was a pick for next year, that they
Yeah,
didn't get a pick this year.
it's a third
Because
rounder at that.
yeah, well, the reason they didn't get it this year is the Titans don't have a third round pick this year.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
So that's
Still,
why initially it was talked about, it was Indy was also interested in him too. But
mhm.
that didn't happen, and so all of that. My whole thing is just like I'm still a little shocked that the Chiefs didn't keep him,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
because
surprised by that.
that tandem. Yeah, you have Mahomes. You're always going to have Mahomes. Mahomes is going to Mahomes. As I like to say, he likes to Kermit himself around the field. He's
He
always going
does
to
what
be
he
there.
does.
But you still have to stop the other side. And
Yeah,
Chris Jones is the line, but you need a secondary. And that secondary of the Chiefs is one of the reasons why they won that Super Bowl. And they won so much in the postseason. Like his
very true.
2023 numbers, he had 2 interceptions, 14 passes defended, one fumble recovery in 16 games.
I mean, and the proof is in the pudding. We know how he was able to shut down
Yeah.
defenses, held the Baltimore Ravens to just 10 points. Um, One thing I will say about the Chiefs, though, obviously, Steve Spagnuolo does an excellent job at defensive coordinator, but we saw where the most of that money went this offseason. That was to their big D tackle, Chris Jones. You know what I mean? So, and seeing
Yeah.
him get that money, we knew that was something that they had to lock down.
Hmm.
And at the same time, we have the other side of that secondary with Trent McDuffie out of Washington. You got Bolton at linebacker. You got a nice linebacker core. So it's not like they're without pieces. But to what we were saying, I just think it's just so odd that first you tag them and then you kind of give them up for, it seems like, almost peanuts. Like everybody thought it was going to be a big splash move. We were willing to pay, and it's just interesting to see this is what happened.
Yeah, like somebody that is on Twitter, he covers Kansas City, is like, essentially, they could have not franchise tagged him and let him walk, and they would have gotten the same as almost a compensatory pick.
Right.
It's almost the same thing. Now, I think this is the quintessential when you win the Super Bowl and you have free agents that are coming up to being paid next year, which
Right.
he
Right.
was in the fourth year of his contract. You're gonna have to make some hard choices,
Yeah.
and this is probably one of the hard choices they had to make. But I just when you're playing in a system when you've got Jim Harbaugh coming in with Herbert, you've got a new thing down in the Raiders with their passing attempt because they're bringing in, I forget who they brought in. Oh, Minshew. If
Yeah.
Minshew
Well,
repeats what he did
but they'll
before he
also
was
be most likely in the running for a quarterback potentially. We don't know, but
right, we don't know.
potentially.
Yeah, but the Raiders have also beefed up their defenses too. So
Yeah.
they beefed up their line. I'm Christian Walker. Is that his name from Miami? That one?
Wilkins. Wilkins. Yeah.
Wilkins. Yeah, yeah, Wilkin. Like they've beefed that up. So
Yeah.
like everybody is. I saw it. It's just one of those that Spags was not happy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know it. You know it.
But
And
even
you
like
can't.
what yeah, Andy Reid even said at the owners thing this weekend, like, it's a business.
Yeah.
There's
You
going to
can't
be
sign
times
them
you're going to
all.
have to you're going to have to let them go. I guess there's a couple of younger rookies that they have. Well, maybe not rookies, but they've been there a year or two that they're going to work on trying. But as Denver found out, if you have a shutdown on one side, they're gonna attack the other
Right.
side
Right.
a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And
absolutely.
even though I had high hopes for Mathis and a couple of the other guys that were there, they just did not gel well. They did it from everything I've read too, the cornerback position is not linear. Like it's not a
Mm,
straight line progression in terms of how you learn your
right.
position.
Right.
You could be really good, then you drop down, then you go back, you could drop even further. It's a hard position to learn. And
Oh yeah.
maybe also we'll talk about this later. There might be some other things going on in the NFL that might be because like the market for safeties and cornerbacks was really weak
Well, very true. Yeah.
and
Yeah. But
very weak.
let's also remember that it wasn't as scary of a move when you look at some of the competition at wide receiver. I mean, the
Mhm.
West lost Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and the West. I mean, still got Devontae Adams, but the West also lost Jerry Jeudy. We don't know what's going to happen with Cortland Sutton. You know what I mean? And I don't,
Yeah,
I don't know who's suiting up for. Oh well, KC. We know what they're doing on their offense, but they're not going against them. But the West lost a lot of talent at wide receiver, so maybe they felt like
yeah,
maybe we could take this chance because the rest of our defense, we've seen how good they are. Because that's the other side of it. One of the reasons why sometimes your secondary doesn't get touched is because that defense creates such havoc up front, that front seven,
mhm,
that the defense, that they don't get the pass off or the passes are tipped or everything
mhm,
like that. Case in point, the Dallas Cowboys. Then you got
yeah,
guys like Diggs and Bland looking great because a lot of those passes came out late or hurried or deflected or whatever. So that could have been a reason, but we'll see.
yeah.
Not
I'm
exactly
sure they'll
sure.
find a way that it's not going to matter. They just
Oh yeah.
always Reed always does.
Mm.
He somehow finds it. But I agree with you. I mean, if you're looking at down and you're looking at free agencies, and the other thing to mention is they still do have 3 or 4 free agents
Mm-hmm.
that they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
sign at this
Oh
point.
yeah.
So they need more money. So Mahomes renegotiating. The bigger issue, and I think this is the biggest factor that plays into it, is Mahomes is going to create a $30 million cap hit next year.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can get rid of some money now, it'll apply to the cap next year. Now, more than likely, they're going to renegotiate again. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I agree. It and looking at the wide receivers around the West, yeah. But here's the thing: you don't just play the West; you play other people too.
Very true. Very true. But if you can lock down your division, that's a good head start towards the playoffs, and
Yeah,
that's what the
I
Chiefs
mean
have been able to do these
that's what
last
the
couple of years.
Patriots did for years in the
Exactly. And
AFC West, in
and
the
that's
AFC
what
East. Yeah,
and that's what
yeah,
you're seeing. You're seeing them mimic what the Patriots did. So that's kind of the blueprint that it looks like that they're looking at.